welcome to or back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. Slowly we're making our way. I think we reached 600 subscribers, which is super cool. And I'm really thankful. Growing on YouTube is seemingly a lot more difficult than I thought it might be, but we're getting there, and it's super cool and exciting. And so yeah, thanks for being here. If you're into D&D and you are new to my videos, I post art videos, but this year, due to COVID, I recently got into Dungeons and Dragons, and I have to say, I'm telling you, try it out if you are not into it, because the coolest stuff can happen, and it's all in your brain, and it's so much fun, and it has severely helped my mental health through COVID-19. So be sure to check it out, you guys. If anyone has any questions about that, you can drop it in the comments down below. Today's video is going to be the process of my character Alyce. She has a special secret which you will learn in her story, and I just wanted to say as a disclaimer, warning, if any of my party members are watching this video, stop right now. No metagaming, that's not fair. If you are not one of my fellow companions that are playing in this game, Alyce has a really cool secret that nobody knows yet, and I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll see if you catch it while listening to the story. And without further ado, here is the process video.
Growing up in Daggerford, Alyce and Aggie were the best of friends. While Aggie was shy and calm, Alyce was bold and rough. Alyce protected Aggie from the childhood bullies and forced her to go on great adventures, aka pretending the local baker was a demon and constantly toying with him, defeating him through pranks. A single mother, their mum, Ariana, raised them in a quiet home. Quiet except for Alyce's shenanigans, of course. With warm food on the table and a roof over their heads, their home was small and full of tons of things. While cluttered and sometimes too warm in the summer months, it was home. Ariana was a local barmaid and made enough tips to live a comfortable life with her twin daughters, teaching them the ways of magic on the side. One day, while working at the tavern, Ariana was out back dealing with the daily garbage scraps. It was late at night, and it was quiet. Too quiet. The next morning, Alyce and Aggie woke up too late. Their mother did not wake them for breakfast. While they went downstairs to look for their mum, a knock came on the front door. The local tavern owner had come by with terrible news. Their mother had been attacked, and she was gone. And they brought the body for Alyce and Aggie to properly dispose of. Now 21 and horribly sad from this tragic turn of events, they left their mother's body in the cool, damp basement of their tiny home. Alyce had heard of an older woman on the outskirts of town that would happily help them with such a large spell, for a price. The woman called herself Auntie, just Auntie. She said, for the price of your most prized possession, I will bring your mother back. To Alyce, that was her small toy horse that was carved by her late father. For Aggie, that was her mother's wedding dress. Aggie's big dream was to find a handsome prince to marry, or someone romantic and kind and handsome, really. The twins returned home to prep for this ritual, the instructions given by Auntie, and were told that she would show up in 4 hours. They went into town for the items they did not have and soon were set up in the basement with the items requested. Completely random items. In fact, they had no idea how they contributed to the spell Auntie planned to use. They only knew of the resurrection spell. They were however happy that that was not the one in use, as they could not afford the 1,000 gold diamond required for it. 4 hours had gone by, and Auntie showed up. She wore a dark cloak at the door and had her hood over her face. She stayed concealed as they walked to the basement. At this point, Alyce began to get nervous. Suddenly, without warning, everything went dark. All Alyce remembers is somehow saving her sister's soul, and the only way to do so was to take it into her own body. Now, with her sister and her sharing one vessel, she seeks a way to bring her back, body and all. She knows her mother is gone. She knows that she must never confront Auntie again for fear of something far worse happening. Revenge will not help her now. She goes to the town sage to find more info on how to do this, Aggie quite literally in tow. She is told 2 words that might assist her: simulacrum and phylactery. She does not know much about them, other than the fact that liches are quite often involved. She fears retribution for seeking for these, but she needs answers. She's told to head north, and so she does. She goes to the local store to get winter gear and heads to Luskin. However, she seems to have not geared up enough. On her way north, a blizzard hits. It is so incredibly cold that she seeks shelter in a local cave. However, she collapses just outside and the world goes dark. When she comes to, she finds she's surrounded by warmth and the sound of deep breaths. Over top of that, she hears Aggie screaming in her brain for Alyce to wake up. Suddenly, she sits up and realizes she's in an owlbear den. While she fears them, she also can feel no hostility. As Alyce is small, she is surprised by this. They could have ended her life easily. Why didn't they? She soon learns that the owlbears were not hungry and they wanted to protect this very small tiefling. The trust, however, is still not there, until Alyce decides to stay with the owlbears for a few nights after discussing with Aggie. They are not hostile, and Alyce was out of rations. 2 nights in, she's outside the cave with a baby owlbear and its mother looking for anything that might be edible when a poacher finds them. Alyce does not hesitate as she sees the poacher take aim at the owlbear child and downs him with her firebolt. He turns around, running away on fire. From then on, the owlbears were out of their way kind to Alyce, even going so far as to allow her to ride them. They took her to Luskan safely and warmly. She gave all her new owlbear friends a hug goodbye. She would never forget them and hopes to visit their cave again one day. In Luskan, Alyce gets to a local inn and pays for a room. Luckily, only one is necessary for the both of them. Drinking away, she makes friends with a bard. However, they part ways as she has business even further north. Not exactly sure of her next steps, Alyce and Aggie take on a protection job with another adventurer, a barbarian half-orc named Buck, protecting Dalaramie Craighart to and from Bryn Shander. She hopes that during these trips she might be able to find more information regarding those 2 words that continue to clang in her head, next to Aggie, of course. And that is Alyce's and Aggie's story. If you have any more interest in them, please feel free to comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe for weekly videos. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye!